Yo, man, I gotta come out with some more videos, man. I want to talk about some. I'm not gonna get fully in depth because I want to watch some TV tonight. So, I'm making these little videos for y'all, but I want to watch a little TV tonight. Have some me time, But let's talk about productions, man. Now, I know this is my first litter and all, part of the kennel officially, but let's talk about productions. Productions are what you produced, and it's a better version of the two dogs that you have. They're a better version, and the bloods that between the one dog mom and daddy connects. And productions, they usually build your yard, and it's a difference when you produce a dog or produce something that says yours. And a production is when you're buying a dog from somebody and they say it's their production, it's a piece of them and how they felt about the breeding and pairing the mom and daddy together. And production is usually a face of how that person feels. It's like you getting a piece of that breeder. And you can tell the difference when you produce the dog and when you get a dog, you know what I mean? And how the dog acts and resembles you and resembles the breeder and all that good stuff. In a production, you want to make sure that it's pushing out the best version of your kennel. Productions matter. You don't want to be advertising and promoting somebody else's dog that they produced or they gave you or sold you, because then they can say, oh, you got my production over there. And what makes something your production is when you take two dogs from two different bloods and you pair them together. If you take two dogs from the same blood and the same kennel, you're breeding that person's blood, and that's something I'm not going to do. Productions are what you produce with your mind and with your mentality and what you think about these two dogs being bred together. Now, you could have somebody else's dog. Let's say you got from one kennel. Let's say this kennel name was Big J Kennels, and you got some from Big J's first generation, and then you get some from Big J's fourth generation. You put that together, that's a Big J's production. That's even though he didn't do the breeding, you still breeding his production. Now you could put on the paperwork, oh, this is my production, this and that. But when you look at them two bloods from top and bottom, it has Big J on it. It has Big J on there, so it should be Big J production. So y'all need to cut it out. We're buying two dogs from people and putting them together. It's a difference when you buy two dogs from somebody and you breed it to something else and then bring it back to each other, But you taking it directly and putting it on there, that's their production. Y'all need to stop. Y'all need to cut it out with that nonsense and learn about breeding and learn about giving credit and what production is what and this and that. Y'all need to stop. That's a shame, you know what I mean? And there's a lot of people doing it with these big name breeders and big name kennels. Y'all sitting here doing it. Y'all breeding these other people's blood and putting it as y'all production and getting away with it. Like me with the breeder I bought Cure from. I ain't gonna get no clout there. You know what I mean? The breeder, let's say I bought Sugar Bear from. Sugar Bear's a Fillmore Bullies production. And then it's going to say of Palace Finest Bullies. But my boy, he didn't even do it. Like he could care along, his main dog, his boy, it says Fillmore, he good. You know what I mean? But other than that, man, y'all got to understand, man. Y'all need to give credit to the breeder that sold y'all them dogs and you putting them together. You know what I mean? But like I said, when you buy a dog from me, it's going to say Palace Finest Bullies, PFB, Palace Finest Bullies, On the first paperwork, it says PVP on it. PVP Finance Bullies. At the end of the day, PVP Palace Finance Bullies. Mel had it. That's Mel's name. We was first PVP Finance Bullies, and now we're Palace Finance Bullies. At the end of the day, y'all gotta protect. But honestly, honestly, the first breed y'all didn't get. It wasn't enough puppies to go around, so, that litter's nice with the public. I knew what I was doing. I kept 2 of the girls, you know what I mean? I kept the 2 out the litter, the 2 best out the litter, and we're going to do it again. Now, we're going to be running something similar, but we're not going to be doing the same breeding over. So we're going to get that blood, man. We're going to do what we do, but y'all need to learn productions, man. Productions. You can't just have somebody else's blood on your yard and talk about it's production. A production is when you own mama and daddy and you put it together, or you get a stud credit. You get a stud credit from somebody and breed that semen, that stud to your female. That is your productions. If you own the female, that is your production. If you own mama and daddy, that's your production. You can't, and for y'all stud people, stop trying to talk about, he used my stud as my production. If he owns the female, that is his production. So y'all say, here, I gave him semen, this, and no, just because you gave him that semen, he took it to his female, his kennel, that is his production. Now, if y'all want to put on production, is his. If you want to put on your production, you need to go buy you a female. Stop trying to stud out. Buy you a female and make it happen, and it's your production. Now, if you sold me some semen and you let me use your stud, it is my production. When that person that owns the female, it is their production. Why you think these big name studs out here? When you look under the breeder's kennel, he only got like 10 puppies that says such and such kennel, because he only had about 2 or 3 females in it bred with his boy. But his boy got 1,000 kids out here and got it. Like Remy, you want to use Remy Martin. A lot of people was using Remy blood. They was taking Remy to Remy's granddaughter or taking Remy to anything else. And you had some that was Remy line kennels. There was a lot of Remy line kennels. You would call those franchises, where they use a lot of Remy sons or direct Remy. Used Remy and it was Remy line. Then you had the people that had Remy kids, and it says like Pokemon. Pokemon wasn't a Fabian / Remy line production. Pokemon was them people production. I forgot their kennel name. Let's use Holly. Holly really and truly should have been a Trevino's production. When you look at the Trevino's dogs, Trevino's dog, they own, I think her name, the mama was Shamu. When you look at Kamali was a Pratt's Productions. When you think of Nemesis wasn't a Pratt's Productions. But Mr. Pratt, when he bred Nemesis to the girls on his yard, it was a Pratt's Productions. So you have to own mother and father for it to be your production. Now, if you sell somebody semen, and they use that semen and it's their female, that's a different story. That is their production. Now, if you own mother and father, that is your production. If you don't own the mama, that is not your production. When you sold that person the semen, that is their production. Now, if you run a franchise and everybody got your blood, that means that's all you, because at the end of the day, they had to come back to the main source, which was you. So you got to understand that. I know this sounds confusing. I'm probably talking too quickly, but I understand from your production, understand a franchise. I understand when you're selling semen. When you're selling semen to somebody, that is not your productions. That is that kennel's productions. When you have mama and daddy, that is your production. When you own mama and daddy, that is your productions. When somebody buys semen from you, that is not your production. That is that person who owns the female's production. So with my litter, it was a Palace Finest Bullies production, PvP Finest Bullies Productions. Let's say my next litter, it would be a Palace Finest Bullies production. When I start studying my male out, when I produce a stud, when I start studying him out, that is not my production. Yes, it is my blood. It is my blood. Them puppies have my blood, their father's blood in there, but it's not my production because I didn't own the female. So when you sign off on that ABKC, WBA, UKC paperwork as owner of the litter, the person who owns the dam, that is their litter, that is their production. Understand that, people. I just wanted to let y'all know.